Okay, in this tutorial, we're going to show you how to download the Bitfocus companion software, how to install it, how to connect it to vMix, and get it working on your Stream Deck. So let's get started. In our Google search bar, we're going to type in Bitfocus Companion. We'll go right here and click Companion, and then we'll go to this button here that says Downloads. Over here to the side, to the left-hand side, is the menu bar. And they have products, downloads, accounts, subscriptions, payment methods, and invoice history. Don't let this payment methods scare you away because Bitfocus Companion is free. That's there if you would like to donate because it is an open source project. So let's look here at Companion. They have stable, beta, and experimental 3.0. I'm going to go over here to where it has this little rollback clock, to where it says version 2.4.2. And the reason I'm going to download this one is when I downloaded the 3.0 version, it came up with a lot of the modules not being supported yet. So I'm going to go ahead and stick with the one that I know that works, and it's version 2.4.2. So we're going to do this for Windows 64. And then once it downloads, we'll double click on it. It's going to give you the file path for the installation. We'll click Install. And then click Finish, and it should run Companion. Here's the Bitfocus Companion interface. It says that it is running, but we're going to hit Launch GUI. And it brings in the interface here. Now, one thing, when this was loading, the very first time that I did this, it comes up with a Windows message that Windows is going to halt you. And then you click on this button that says More Information, and then you're going to click Run Anyway, and then it will do the install. So here is the connection wizard. It runs the first time that you do this. And here are the other components of the Bitfocus Companion interface. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to scroll down to where it says Studio Coast vMix right here, and we're going to click Add. And you can see when it comes in, it tries to connect, but nothing is happening. It shows yellow, which means that it is not connected. And the reason why is we have to set our target host here. So let's go ahead and open up vMix. So what we want to do now is we want to go to Settings and click on Web Controller. And then this is what we want right here, this IP address that's in the web address box. So we're going to copy, and then we're going to go back and we're going to get rid of this, and we're going to click Paste and click Save. And you can see our status now is at OK, so it is communicating with our vMix software. So the next thing we're going to do is we're going to go to Surfaces, and you'll see right here that we have our Stream Deck. It automatically does a USB scan of any USB devices that you have in your system. When you start the Bitfocus Companion software, it did pick up our Elgato Stream Deck, and we currently have that. So now let's go to buttons. And this is the layout of our Stream Deck. And just to get started, I'm going to go ahead and delete everything. So I'm going to delete this. And it kind of gives you a little bit of a warning here. It's going to say press the button you want to delete, so you have to press it again and then click Clear, because it wants to make sure that you're not deleting something that you really intend on keeping. So let's click this button and clear it. And let's click this button and clear it. Now, I spent some time yesterday reading in the Bitfocus Companion forum. The Stream Deck that I'm using is not the same layout as what you see on the screen capture that I have right here. And this is the default one. There are 3 different sizes of Stream Deck. There's this one here. This is the original Stream Deck. There's a Mini, and then there's the XL. And the XL is what the default is. But it doesn't bring up the size that you have connected to it. You just have to fill in the buttons that you know are available on the device that you have connected. So we're going to click on right here where it says Studio Coast. And this is all the vMix shortcuts that are available. And we're going to click on Mix 1, and we're going to bring in Preview 1, Preview 2. We're going to bring in Program 1 and Program 2. And let's go ahead and bring in Preview 3 and Program 3. So you can see right now with the way that these colors are, the background color here is green, so it shows I currently have input 1 in preview and I currently have input 3 in program. And that is what we have, but let's change it. Let's go ahead and bring this one into preview, and then this is my program. So let's go back to this again. And you can see now that input 2 is showing green, which shows it's in preview, and input 3 is showing red, that shows it's in program in our vMix production. So let's go ahead and click on these buttons. Now, you can change anything you want right here. So we're going to call this one, we're just going to say not used right now. And you can see how it pops up in here. Any changes you want to make, you can change the font size. If things get a little squishy on you, you can see where that reduces that font size. And anything that you do to this button right here, it's going to be reflected over here. This is kind of your palette, so to speak, right here. And it lets you see what's going on with your changes. So if you want to see if something is working in your vMix production, you would hit Test. And since I've only got one screen going right now, this is all you're going to be able to see. So let's show you this right here. We're currently working with this button right here, the one that says not in use. You can see the vMix input, send input to preview is the shortcut that we're using. We have it set to input 1, and we have it set on Mix 1. For the feedback, for the tally feedback, we have that also set to input 1. The foreground is going to be white, and the background is going to be green, and these are by default. So let's look at the next button. Same thing. This is send input to preview because this is my preview row. This is input 2. We make sure that it says input 2 on our tally feedback. And again, these are our presets. And the same thing for 3. And like I showed you just a moment ago, if we want to call this P200, because that is what it is, and we'll click test. Now we should have our P200 in preview, and in program, we have this right here. Again, this is input 3. Again, our feedback is input 3. And since we're still dealing with preview, as it says right here, our background color is going to be green. Go to program 2. This is actually a title that we're working with. And when this is, since we're now working with program, when this button is activated, the background color is going to be red. So let's go ahead and test that out. And you can see right here where the background color turned to red. So let's go back to program 3. We'll test that. And you can see where this program color is now red. And all that is taken care of with the presets. I did nothing but drag that preset that we were working with. I did nothing but drag that preset over here. It brought all the commands. It set everything else up. And now all we're doing is clicking through the buttons. So I'm going to go to my vMix production. Well, that's actually not the way that I wanted to set that up. Let's go back to here. And I actually want to make this a toggle on this overlay. So actually we're going to get rid of this button right here. We're going to click delete. We're going to click on it, and then we're going to click clear. We're going to go back to this, and we're going to click overlays, and we're going to bring this to right here. Now let's click on this button, and we're going to set this up manually. We're going to call this title. We're going to leave the fonts. Let's make the font size a little bit bigger since we have the size to do that. We're going to set this up for input 2. And I'm going to use this drop-down list here because instead of having it transition overlay 1 on, I want this to be a toggle. So I'm going to click right here so it changed that function to toggle. We're going to come down here. This is input 2. We need to make sure this is also input 2. And now let's test it and see what happens. I test it once, it comes on. I test it again, and it goes off. And that's because we have this set up as a toggle. So now let's go back to this. This is our vMix, our very small vMix production that we're working with. So I'm going to go ahead and click on that title button. And you can see where the title comes in. Now I actually have a couple things set up on this title. So I'm going to right click on it and I'm going to change it to this right here. And you can see where the title changes to Bitfocus Companion, and then it says download and setup. And since we're nearing the end of this tutorial, I'm going to go ahead and right click on this and throw up this one right here. And it's showing that it is a companion tutorial, and this is our web address. So that's going to conclude this short tutorial for today on download and setup of Bitfocus Companion. If you like what we're doing here at the One Man Stream channel, please give us a thumbs up and a like. Make sure that you do subscribe so that you'll be alerted as soon as new videos are posted. And as always, thank you so much. Our next tutorial is going to be a little bit of a new topic as well. We're also going to throw in central control. So using central control, we're also going to be using Bitfocus Companion, we're going to be using vMix, and we're going to be using X keys, which is something we haven't done on the channel before. And we're going to be using all of these different pieces of software and hardware for our vMix replay. It's going to be one that you don't want to miss next time on One Man Stream.